students are absent, so I'll just record this. So inside the chlorophyll, the sunlight will go and it will activate it, and then photosynthesis will take place. Now, yeah. Now what will happen? Photosynthesis will take place, and what it will give out is oxygen. Plus also the food is prepared, which is stored in the leaf. The food first is prepared as glucose. Okay, they will prepare the glucose, but soon it will be stored as starch. Now that conversion of glucose to starch is called polymerization. Means many glucose will come together, join together to form starch. That we'll see in today's class. Okay, so this is about photosynthesis, the process. Next we saw the structure of chloroplast. Okay, this was the structure of chloroplast. The chloroplast, it is a double layered structure. It has a double layer. One is the inner membrane and it has a outer membrane. Okay, then inside there are stacks of grana. This singular is the singular is called as thylakoids, a stack of thylakoids, and a group of stack of thylakoids is called as granum. Now inside these thylakoids there is chlorophyll present. Okay, and the outer region which is there is called stroma. Okay, the stroma. Now you have to remember any three parts. If they ask for exam, you have to remember only 3 to 4 parts and draw the diagram. This is lamella which connects the thylakoids. Okay, this was the structure of chloroplast. Next, why the chlorophyll is green in color? Okay, or why most plants are green in color, or why the cloth or the uniform which you wear is blue in color? Because it reflects the blue color. On your uniform it is blue because it reflects the blue color. Similarly, the chlorophyll, it reflects the green color. Now this is the absorption spectrum. Okay, this is the Vibgyor: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. This is the Vibgyor, sorry. Now if you see this peak, these are the peaks. Okay, means, sorry, this peak tells that the chlorophyll absorbs blue color and red color, whereas it does not absorb the green color. So for energy it will absorb the blue color and red color. This energy it will use for photosynthesis, whereas it reflects the green color. That's why the leaves are green in color. Okay, next, now transpiration is the price which the plant pays for photosynthesis. Now whenever there is photosynthesis takes place, carbon dioxide is needed for photosynthesis. Now for this the stomata must be remain open. Now what will happen if the stomata remains open? The water will be lost through the open stomata. So during photosynthesis the stomata remains open. So when the stomata opens, the water is lost. So they give out lot of water for transpiration. Now in order to prevent transpiration, the leaves can wilt. Okay, the leaves can wilt, or they can change their shape. So leaves will during, so less surface is exposed and transpiration can be reduced. Okay, so this is there in your textbook. They can ask this as give reason. Transpiration is the price which the plant pays for photosynthesis. So you can explain this. When the photosynthesis takes place, stomata opens. Now since the stomata are open, the water will be lost. Okay, so this is about transpiration. Next, you have already studied the chapter absorption. Now this I am explaining because this will help us to understand the opening and closing of stomata. Okay, this will help you to understand opening and closing of stomata, and you have to know hypotonic means the cell here, it has lot of ions. In this cell there is lot of ions, whereas outside there is more water. So water will enter inside there is more concentration, and outside there is less concentration, so water will enter inside. Okay, this you all remember. Next, the stomata structure. This is stomata which is opened, and this is closed. Now here I will explain you how the stomata opens. Okay, first you see this. Wait, there is two theories which is there in, sorry, it's not given. There are two theories. The first one is potassium ion theory. Okay, the first one is potassium ion theory, and the second one is glucose theory. Now what happens during photosynthesis? Now these guard cells you can see, we'll see here, these guard cells, there is chloroplast. Now this chloroplast will do photosynthesis and produces ATP. Okay, this will do photosynthesis and produce ATP. I'll just write here photosynthesis produce ATP. Okay. Now whatever for ATP are produced during photosynthesis, now this is only in the guard cells. This ATP will bring in whatever you can see, the red dots here are the potassium. Now it will get in the potassium in the guard cells. Okay, it will get the potassium in the guard cells. So what will happen when the potassium is in the guard cell? Means the guard cell will be more concentrated. When the potassium enters inside the guard cell, this is shown ulta. When the potassium enters inside the guard cell, that means there is more concentration of guard cells. So what will happen? The surrounding water will move in. Surrounding water will move in, and that will make the guard cell turgid. That will make the guard cell turgid, and it will open. Okay. Hello. Hello. एक दामिंदर देता दुकान. Okay, sorry. Please. Now see, this guard cell inside there is photosynthesis takes place first. Since photosynthesis takes place, there will be ATP. Now afterwards the ATP will bring potassium inside. So the guard cell is highly concentrated with potassium. Now what will happen? The water from outside will move inside by osmosis, and it will swell the guard cell and the stomata opens. So this is potassium ion theory. Okay, I'll just write what happens exactly. Photosynthesis produces ATP, okay, in guard cell. So this is first point. Photosynthesis produces ATP in guard cell. Second, ATP pulls A inside. Okay, ATP will pull ATP pulls potassium inside. Okay. Now what happens if potassium is pulled inside? Inside concentration increases. Okay. Now the stomata is not open; it is closed. Photosynthesis will take place. ATP will be produced. ATP will pull K plus inside. Inside concentration increases. So water moves inside. Then the water will move inside, and guard cell swells. It swells and opens. Okay, so this is the Boltzmann theory. Photosynthesis produces ATP inside guard cells. First point, the ATP will pull K plus inside. This is second. Third, inside concentration increases. Fourth, water will move inside. Guard cell swells and open. So this was about potassium ion theory. Okay. Similarly, we'll see the glucose theory. Now what happens? Photosynthesis makes glucose inside the guard cell. Now this is the second theory, which is glucose theory. Now during photosynthesis, it will make glucose inside the guard cell. Okay, this is direct. Now what will happen inside? Concentration will increase. Now since photosynthesis takes place in guard cells, it will make glucose. Now since there is glucose, inside concentration will increase. Now what will happen if inside concentration increases? Water will move inside the guard cells. Since inside concentration increases, water moves inside the guard cells and guard cells swells and stomata opens. Okay. See, photosynthesis. This is first theory was potassium. In that there was K plus. Because of photosynthesis, ATPs are used to bring in the K plus. Now these ATPs are used, so the ATP will turn to ADP. This you all remember and keep. Next slide will explain about how the ATPs are again brought back. They want more ATP. Whatever ATPs are used in potassium are regained back after the photosynthesis. Now this is about glucose theory. Glucose inside the guard cell because of photosynthesis. Inside concentration will increase. Water will move inside the guard cell. Guard cell swells and opens. So these are the two theories which helps in opening and closing of stomata. So half of the lesson is done, like half of the part what I will be doing today is already done. Now next what we'll see is the wait, I'll just remove this. Next we'll see the photosynthesis. Okay. Now the two phases of photosynthesis, there is light dependent phase, that is also called as photochemical phase, and there is light independent dark or biosynthetic phase. What you have to know in this is where it take place, where the where light dependent take place. Okay, where it takes place, where this light independent will take place, and where light independent takes place. Okay, so what you have to know here is where it occurs. First point, where it takes place, what is the requirement, what it requires, what are the end products. Okay, now this what are the end products now are very important. What are the end products of each phase, where it occurs, what it requires, and what are the end products of each phase is very important. But this the third point they mostly give for differentiate between light phase and dark phase, and in bracket they write end products. Okay, so we'll see each in detail now. Now, so light dependent. Okay, light dependent, in this what happens, it requires activation of chlorophyll. Now from where the activation will come, it is from the sunlight. The sunlight will activate the chlorophyll. The photons, that is the energy molecule of the sun, the photons, it will activate the chlorophyll. Second, there is splitting of water. Okay, this splitting of water is called as hydrolysis. Okay, that is called as hydrolysis. From this water you will get oxygen. Okay, from this you will get oxygen. Okay, from this splitting of water you will get hydrolyzed oxygen, and it takes place in the thylakoids. So where it takes place, the third point is it takes place in the thylakoids. Okay, next let's see next. Okay, the end products what are formed here is you will get one NADPH. Now this is a new word, NADPH. It is like ATP. it is a bag of ATP. It will have many ATPs. Okay, then you get one ATP and one oxygen molecule. Now from where the oxygen is coming? From the splitting of water. So what are the end products? NADPH. This is required. This will be like a source of ATP. It is like a bag in which there are many ATPs. Then you will also get open ATPs, okay, and oxygen. Now what this ATP will do? These ATPs are required for that potassium ion pump. Okay, these ATP which are formed will go back for that potassium ion pump. Got? Okay, now photolysis of water. This is the equation for photolysis of water. Okay, now what happens in photolysis of water? One water molecule will break to give 2H plus, 2 electrons and half O2. This O2 is the oxygen which is given out. So the oxygen which is coming out for photosynthesis is not from the carbon dioxide, but it is from the water. The oxygen which comes out during photosynthesis is only from water and not from carbon dioxide. Now this H plus which is formed is used in producing NADPH. This is ATP, bag of ATP. The electrons which are there is used for converting, making more ATPs. This oxygen is given out. Okay, so this is photolysis. One water molecule will give 2H plus. Now where this other one H plus is used here, the other H plus will combine with carbon dioxide to form carbohydrate, which will take place in dark phase. Okay, so light phase you have to know photolysis and activation of chlorophyll. So next is dark phase. The dark reaction, it does not require light. Now the light reaction, it requires light and it occurs in the thylakoids. Okay, the dark reaction does not require light, occurs in the stroma. You had already seen the stroma. It occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. Okay, now what is done here? Just now you had seen the H plus. This H plus, this H plus is used. This H plus combines with carbon dioxide. Okay, this H plus combines with carbon dioxide and you get carbohydrate or the glucose. So this is what you have to know in dark reaction. So what is the end product here? The end product in this case, what you will get here, end product is the glucose. So this is the end product, that is glucose. Okay, now let's see next one. Several glucose molecules join together to form starch. Okay, this is called polymerization. Okay, so this is all what I have to teach you all today. So I'll stop. Any doubts you can ask now. I'll just unmute you all. I'll stop the share also. So any doubt you can unmute yourself and ask questions. Denzel. Any doubt? Denzel, you cannot hear? Okay.
Say I could hear, I could hear.
Okay.
Middle you I could not hear. Now I
Now okay, okay. I read. Now okay. Now any doubt? Who is there? 14 participants. Vedang, any doubt you can ask, or else I'll stop.
So,
Yeah, please.
so that sugar concentration theory says not there in the syllabus. We should learn that
Yeah,
for the
both.
exams.
Yeah, both you learn. I had shown the 4 points now how to write. I had shown on this video. Those 4 points are enough to explain. Like first, photosynthesis in guard cell. Okay, the first theory I am repeating, photosynthesis in guard cell. I'll write it here again. Right. The first one is
Okay.
photosynthesis in guard cell. Second, what happens after the guard cell photosynthesis? ATP will bring in K plus inside the guard cell. Now what will happen? The guard cell becomes more concentrated. So water will enter inside. The guard cell swells. The guard cell swells and it opens. The second one is glucose. During photosynthesis, glucose is produced, which is there in the guard cell. What will happen when there is more glucose in the guard cell? The guard cell is more concentrated. When the guard cell is more concentrated, automatically water will enter inside the guard cell and it will swell and open. Now during night time there is no photosynthesis. There is no photosynthesis. That means there is no K plus. So the guard cell will close. Similarly, during night there is no photosynthesis. So there is no glucose also. So that's why the guard cell closes. Okay. So this is all what was there. Any doubt you can ask. Okay. Or else we'll end the meeting because it's already time up. Okay then. Sure. I'll